In this tutorial, we will cover flowchart symbols and its detailed descriptions. So the rectangle shape is known for process symbol. I mean any event, any activity, any operations you do, so it will be represented with a rectangle shape. The terminator symbol represents the start and end points and any potential outcome of a path. This terminator symbol represents any event or any process start point and end point. A rectangle with its bottom side in a wave, so this shape represents the input or output of a document. So let's take the example. You have to use the symbol to outline a document inputs, including the email or report. So this diamond shape, which is very important in flowchart process, that is known as a decision symbol. So basically this represents for decision making activities, I mean to say yes or no, true or false. So these are the conditions we have to implement in this diamond shape. So the circle here is known as connector symbol. So generally it represents links two or more different elements within a single page. So this image is known as a page connector, that is denoted with a semi-square connecting an arrow-like shape at the bottom. So this symbol is an upside down pentagon, so we can use it for connects the separate elements of multiple pages. So parallelogram shape is very important in any flowchart process. It represents the input and output symbols in a flowchart. Generally, it represents the data. I mean to say, the parallelogram shapes represents a data and its value. The curly bracket, this symbol, it will help us to add additional information or comments to a specified range. The database symbol is important here. So this symbol represents the data stored on a storage service that will likely allow for searching and filtering by the users. So next is a paper tape symbol. This symbol represents also the input or output. A summing junction symbol has a shape similar to a railroad sign with an X or cross inside a circle. So basically it represents the input of several converging process paths. So this symbol generally helps to indicate the extract point at which multiple branches intersect and form a single process. This predefined process symbol is a marker for another process step. A large square with two connecting lines on the far left side. So this symbol represents the internal storage symbol. Basically this is useful in flowcharts that outline various software designs. It indicates the data stored within an internal memory system. So this shape represents the manual input or data into a field or steps in a process. The trapezoid, so this symbol represents each step in a process requiring manual completion. I mean, if you want to do manual operations, so basically you have to represent trapezoid symbol. So this symbol is known as merge symbol. Basically it represents that multiple process or paths are combined into one. So this shape represents the multiple documents. I mean, it adds additional documents or reports that may be necessary for the workflow. So this shape represents the differentiate between steps that prepare for work and steps that actually do work. It helps introduce the setup to another step within the same process. So this shape represents data storage symbol. Where exactly the data gets stored within a process. So this shape represents the segment or delay in a process. It can be helpful to indicate the exact length of delay within the SAP. So this SAP represents the or symbol. So this describes that the process flow continues 2 paths or more. So this SAP is useful to indicate where information will get displayed within a process flow. So this symbol represents the hard disk symbol. So where the data is stored inside the hard drive. Terminator symbol represents the start point and end point and any potential outcomes of a path. Next comes the arrow. The arrow shape represents what are the steps and what are the relationship among them. I mean step 1, step 2, step 3, what are the relationship. The tape data shape represents the data available for input or output. So next shape is a loop limit. So this symbol represents the point at which a loop should stop. I mean termination of loops. So this shape we can refer for connector. I mean when you are going to connect from one point to another, that time we can place dotted arrow or arrow. So this shape represents the additional information about a step with a comment or annotations. This shape represents the alternative process. I mean what are the alternative workflow for this event. Thanks all for your time. Please subscribe the channel so that I can reach to you with more interesting topics.